I've just come back from a run, and while I was on my run, a really interesting topic came up into my head, and it was about goals, and how we achieve our goals and our mindset towards achieving the goals. And I remember when I put so much pressure on myself to be good at athletics, and my end goal was always running personal best, being the best I could be. And actually, when I focused all my energy on that, I actually got worse. I tried to eat super healthy so that would fuel me to be the best I could be. I made sure that I just focused on training all the time. And then when it actually came to racing, I was worse than what I was when I wasn't putting all my energy and focus on achieving the goal of being the best I can be. So although it's great to acknowledge that you've got goals, I think the most important part in terms of really working towards achieving your goal is actually focusing on the process that you're going through in order to get there, rather than just focusing on that end goal. So for me at the moment, it was really difficult for me to decide that I was going to get back into athletics, because I hated the pressure that I put on myself. I started to resent athletics because every time I tried to push myself, I just felt like I couldn't. My mind just wasn't there. But what's really changed for me this time is that instead of focusing on what it's going to be like when I compete against others and the times that I'm going to run, I'm actually just focusing on the process I'm going through in order to achieve it. So, and enjoying every moment of it. So it's the same in terms of, not only in terms of performance, but also think about weight loss. So a lot of my clients, when it's to do with weight loss, they come with me like, I want to achieve this weight, and they know specifically what it is, and they've already set themselves a standard. And most of my clients, they've been there before. When I ask them, have you been that weight before, they say yes. And when they compare the difference between their mindset now to when it was then, when they actually lost the weight quite easily then and they've put it back on, the reason was because they then didn't have a standard. They kind of just went with the process and they ended up losing the weight. Whereas when you have that marked standard in your head, it can actually prevent us from actually achieving it, because we actually put so much stress on ourselves to get it that it ends up becoming very counterproductive. So my advice, and something I work with my clients and I really support them, is really falling in love with the process of what they're achieving, because when you do that, the goal will come, it will take care of itself. And it's about empowering you, so knowing that you're doing the best that you can, in that when you get there, it's going to be so rewarding in terms of that goal, rather than stressing yourself in that that's the goal I want to achieve and these are the things I have to do in order to achieve it. Because when you approach things in terms of I have to do it, that's when you start disliking it, that's when you start resenting it, and then the goal is anything but really the goal that you want to achieve when you get there, because it's been such a grueling process to get there. And it's the same with nutrition. When the goal is to lose weight and you're put on a diet to do it, you're kind of, you lose the physiological and the psychological aspect of a person, because they might not want to eat chicken, rice and boiled and broccoli all the time, but they feel that that's what they've got to do to get to that goal, because their focus is on the goal. But it isn't. If you fall in love with the process of achieving that goal, it becomes so much easier and you're going to be so much happier. And actually, when you reach that goal, it all seems so much more worth it.